Imagine this. You're standing on the edge of your dreams. You've got a vision, maybe it's launching a startup, writing a novel, or carving out a legacy that outlives you. You're all in, burning with purpose, unstoppable. Then, out of nowhere, love hits you like a tidal wave. Your focus wavers. Your savings vanish into fancy dinners and impulsive trips. Your big plans? They're collecting dust while you're texting heart emojis at 2 in the morning. What if I told you this isn't just a bad call? It's a trap woven into the very fabric of existence. A force so primal, so relentless, it's been pulling your strings since life began. Welcome to the world of Arthur Schopenhauer, a philosopher who saw the universe as a cold, blind machine and our deepest desires as its puppets. Stick with me for the next 20 minutes, because by the end, you'll not only see the strings, you'll learn how to cut them and take back your life. Let's dive into the heart of Schopenhauer's universe, a place that's not exactly handing out warm fuzzies. He called it the will to life, a raw, unstoppable force that drives every living thing, plants, animals, you, me. This isn't some feel-good energy you'd find in a self-help book. It's a blind, chaotic instinct. It's why you eat when you're hungry, why you chase success, why you feel that ache for someone's touch. But here's the brutal truth. The will doesn't care about your happiness. It's not here to help you find your purpose or live your best life. Its only goal is survival. Keeping the human race going, no matter what it costs you. Your dreams, your emotions, even your love story, they're just tools in its toolbox, designed to keep you playing its game. Think about the last time you wanted something so badly it consumed you. Maybe it was a promotion, a new car, or that one person who seemed like the answer to everything. You chased it, fought for it, maybe even got it. But what happened next? The thrill faded, didn't it? That shiny new thing lost its glow, and you were left chasing the next high. Schopenhauer called this the pendulum of pain and boredom, a cycle where you're either suffering because you don't have what you want, or bored because you got it, and it wasn't enough. It's like life's a slot machine, rigged to keep you hooked. You pull the lever, hoping for a jackpot. But the house always wins. That's the will at work, keeping you in a loop of desire and disappointment, never letting you rest. Let's get real for a second. You've felt this, haven't you? That moment when you landed the job you wanted, only to realize it didn't fill the void. Or when you finally got that date with your crush, but a month later, you're restless again, scrolling through dating apps for the next spark. Schopenhauer's point is that this isn't a bug, it's a feature. The will doesn't want you satisfied. Satisfaction means you'd stop, and stopping isn't in its playbook. It's why billionaires keep chasing more money, why couples keep searching for the one, even after they've found someone. The will is a master manipulator, and it's been running the show since you were born. Now, let's talk about men versus women, because Schopenhauer had some thoughts here, and they're not exactly politically correct. He saw women as nature's perfect agents of the will to life. They're wired to live in the moment, to nurture, to keep the species alive. It's not about weakness, it's about optimization. Women, in his view, are the backbone of survival, caretakers who ensure the next generation makes it. Their focus is on the now, building homes, raising kids, keeping the world spinning. It's a role so critical that nature fine-tuned it over millennia. Men, though, they're the wild card. Schopenhauer believed men have a glitch in the system, a spark that lets them step back from raw instinct. They can chase things that don't directly serve survival. Art, philosophy, big ideas. A man might sacrifice comfort for a cause, trade safety for a shot at greatness. It's what makes them capable of breaking free from the will's grip, of creating something that transcends biology. Think of the artist who starves for his craft, the scientist who spends decades on a theory, or the revolutionary who risks everything for an ideal. That's the glitch, proof that men can defy the script. But here's where it gets tricky. Schopenhauer argued that women, through no fault of their own, are the will's secret weapon. their charm, their beauty, their emotional pull. They're designed to pull men back into the game. A man might be out there chasing his masterpiece, but one smile, one glance, and he's back to serving the species. It's not a conspiracy, it's evolution. Women don't need to plot or scheme. Their presence is enough to shift a man's focus from his dreams to their orbit. Ever seen a guy drop his hustle for a relationship? That's the will flexing its muscles. Now, let's talk about love, the ultimate con. We've all been fed the Hollywood version. Love is pure, magical, the answer to all your problems. Schopenhauer laughs in the face of that fairy tale. To him, love is a biological trick, a shiny illusion cooked up by the will to keep the human race going. When you're falling head over heels, you're not chasing someone's soul. You're chasing their genes. That spark you feel? It's your brain scanning for symmetry, health, fertility. It's why we obsess over looks, why certain traits make your heart race. It's not poetry, it's programming. For men, it's about beauty, a signal of reproductive fitness. For women, it's about security, a promise that their kids will survive. Schopenhauer went further, saying women instinctively know how to wield this power. They don't need to plot. Their charm does the work. A glance, a laugh, a touch. It's enough to make a man forget his plans and start orbiting her world. Ever seen a guy blow $5,000 on a girl he just met? Or skip a career-defining meeting for a date? That's the will at work, turning a dreamer into a servant. And here's the gut punch. Once the chase is over, once the relationship settles or the kids are born, the illusion fades, the passion cools, and you're left wondering why you gave up so much. Schopenhauer's not saying love is evil, just that it's not what you think. It's a tool, and if you're not careful, it'll use you. To understand why Schopenhauer saw the world this way, we need to look at the shadow of his past. His childhood wasn't exactly a warm hug. His mother, Johanna, was a rock star in her own right, a novelist, a socialite, a woman who lived for the spotlight. But to young Arthur, she was cold, distant, a walking rejection. She saw him as a burden, a kid who cramped her style. He saw her as shallow, manipulative, a symbol of everything he'd grow to distrust. Their fights were epic. She once kicked him out of the house for good. Those wounds didn't just sting, they shaped him. When Schopenhauer wrote about women as tools of nature, he wasn't just theorizing. He was wrestling with the pain of a mother who never loved him the way he needed. Fair or not, that hurt became the lens through which he saw the world. Let's bring this into the real world with some stories that hit close to home. Picture Jake, a 28-year-old entrepreneur with a fire in his gut. He's got a startup, a vision, a plan to change the game. He's working 80-hour weeks, pitching to investors, building something from nothing. Then he meets Sarah. She's charming, gorgeous, the kind of woman who makes time stop. Suddenly, Jake's skipping meetings to take her on dates. He's blowing $156,000 on weekend getaways. His startup? It's barely breathing. A year later, Sarah's gone, and Jake's dream is dead. He looks in the mirror and doesn't recognize himself. He's not the visionary he was. He's just a guy who lost his way. Or take Mike, a painter with a shot at a big gallery show. He's got talent, hustle, a chance to leave his mark. Then he meets Lisa. She doesn't tell him to stop painting. She just fills his days with her needs, her drama, her plans. Mike's brushes gather dust. The gallery show comes and goes. Lisa moves on, and Mike's left with nothing but a canvas of regrets. These aren't just stories, they're warnings. The will doesn't need a villain's cape. It works through the people you love, the feelings you can't resist. And when you give in, you risk losing the one thing that makes you you. So how do you fight back? Schopenhauer's answer isn't to swear off love or hide in a bunker. It's about finding your center. A purpose so strong, so unshakable, that no force can knock you off course. Your center is your reason for being, the thing that gets you out of bed when the world feels heavy. It might be your art, your career, your mission to make a difference. Whatever it is, it's yours. And it's the one thing the will can't touch if you protect it. To master this mindset, you need to know yourself. The will thrives on your blind spots. Those moments when you act on impulse without thinking. Are you a sucker for a pretty face? Do you chase approval to feel worthy? Get honest about your weaknesses, because the will exploit them every chance it gets. Write them down, say them out loud, own them. Self-awareness is your first line of defense. Next, guard your purpose like it's a fortress. Your goals aren't up for negotiation. If your dream is to build a business, write a book, or change the world, don't let anyone pull you away from it. Not a partner, not a fling, not even the love of your life. This doesn't mean you can't love. It means you love from a place of strength, not desperation. A man with a purpose is magnetic, respected, unbreakable. A man without one? He's just driftwood in the will's current. When it comes to love, you've got to love with eyes open. Choose a partner who respects your purpose, who pushes you to be better, not someone who drags you into their orbit. You're not here to be someone's savior or satellite. Look for someone who's a teammate, not a distraction. And when you feel that rush of infatuation, pause. Ask yourself, is this me or is this the will? That moment of clarity could save you from a lifetime of regret. Embracing the pain is the final piece. Freedom isn't free. It hurts. Saying no to temptation, whether it's a person, a feeling, or a distraction, feels like ripping off a bandage. But that pain is proof you're alive, proof you're fighting for something real. Every time you choose your purpose over a fleeting high, you're carving out a piece of freedom. You're telling the universe, I'm not your puppet. Living awake in a sleeping world is harder than it sounds. We're surrounded by traps, social media, dating apps, endless notifications, all designed to hijack your attention and pull you back into the will's game. Every swipe, every like, every heart eyes emoji. They're tiny hooks, reeling you into the cycle of desire and disappointment. But you can break free. It starts with a question. What's my center? What's the one thing I'd fight for, no matter what? Find it, hold it tight, and don't let go. Schopenhauer's world is brutal, but it's not hopeless. The same mind that's wired to serve the will can also rebel against it. You can choose to live for something bigger than survival, bigger than love, bigger than the next fleeting high. You can be the glitch in the system, the one who says no to the script and writes your own. Take a moment to look in the mirror of truth. When have you felt the will's pull? Maybe it was a relationship that derailed your dreams. Maybe it was a moment you gave up on yourself to please someone else. We've all been there. The question is, what are you going to do about it? This isn't just a video. It's a wake-up call. You're not a puppet. You have the power to choose, to live for your purpose, to love without losing yourself, to break free from the universe's cold machine. Here's your challenge. Take back your life. Find your center. Write it down. Make it real. Share it in the comments. What's the one thing you're fighting for? What's the dream you won't let the will steal? If this hit you, don't just like it. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe, hit the bell, and join the rebellion against a world that wants you asleep. The universe might not care, but you do. And that's enough.